it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
It's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it.
And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. Ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it, get it, get it. Comma and a comma, gotta get it, get it. And it's a ticket, talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma, gotta get it.
it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Head to Head with Brian Parker. I am he. Damn right I am. And I'm back for another week. Thanks for tuning in. We are streaming live and direct on LinkedIn, Facebook Live, as well as Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, and also YouTube TV. So please go to YouTube, pull up Empower TV Network, like and share. But most importantly, please hit that subscribe button and click on the bell to let you know anytime that we are live or add any content to the channel. And make sure that you share that with your friends. If you're streaming on any of the other platforms right now, please share that as well to let everybody else know about the crazy program that you have stumbled across. And for some reason or another, you continue to come back each and every week for more pain. We do appreciate the pain that you do take. Let's say hello to Lori Parker. Hello, Lori.
Hello. And you're looking fabulous as always. So handsome.
Yeah. Well, this segment has been sponsored by, Gold Bond Lotion. Definitely try it out. Very smooth on your skin. It does make you a little bit itchy, but hey, you can't have everything. Try Gold Bond. Anyway, yeah, I'll work on the copy. But anyway, we will be joined momentarily by the franchise as well. So I know that he's just running a little bit behind. But while he's out, just a few announcements. If you own a business, if you provide a service, anything going on in the area and that you would like people to know about, please reach out to us at the parkermedia@gmail.com. The word the parkermedia@gmail.com, so that we can assist in potentially advertising on the network, on all of our streaming platforms, to let everyone know about what we can provide. I'm trying to figure out why I can't hear myself so much.
I can hear you fine.
It's weird. I can't hear myself that much. Not that I really need to, but it's weird that I can't. Testing. Okay. Mike is there. You hear me just fine though, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
As I said, you're an Adonis, and it's just coming through wonderful.
You okay?
I
am. Anyway, so if you do have that, please reach out to us so that we can see how we can help you with advertising on air to get that message out and get that word out to more and more people. First group that I want to at least bring some acknowledgement to, if you ever watch our Wednesday show, it is called Head to Head Sports, where myself and my co-host, Mr. Randall Hargrove, break down the NFL every Wednesday during football season at 7 p.m. Rand is also head of a alt-rock group called Kendrick Cult, and they do perform around the Charlotte area. They will actually be in Newton this coming Saturday. Please check them out on all of your social media handles for more information. But that will be the Kendrick Cult group, and they do put down some nice music from the 80s and the 90s. Thank you for the background noise. And next, let's bring out Lori. You have somebody new too, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I had the great pleasure of meeting the owner of Tight Shots Photography, and he's a great entrepreneur. He's a photographer who actually is here located in the Charlotte area. And he is up for hire. So that is Tight Shots Photography. And as I said, he's a great guy. Actually met him, and he was telling me about his business and his portfolio. So I feel like if you need to get some headshots or get some photos going on, please reach out to him directly at his website at www.tightshotsphotography.com, or you can give him a call at his phone number of area code 443-528-6622. He is living down here in the local Charlotte area, but he will travel. So definitely he is the photographer on the move. So definitely if you have some photo needs, please reach out to Tight Shots Photography. And he's also on Facebook and also on Instagram as well.
All right. Yeah, we definitely, and I'll hit that one more time because, guys, it's always a good idea to be able to promote folks and the things that they do in the community. If you have anything like that going on, I know several photographers that, hey, they really are needed. And if you are in the professional work field out there, you should always have some headshots and things like that available. But also, it's that holiday time of the year where people are also wanting to come up with cheesy postcards to be able to send to all their friends with themselves in some damn onesies and stuff with the family dog and all that crap going on.
Come on now, I have a onesie for you.
And this is why we call this head to head with Brian Parker, because let me get a bit better shot in here. Notice all y'all getting is my head. This is what I have to do sometimes, y'all. I gotta sometimes just take out the trash. So I went ahead and removed Lord. Oh, damn. Anyway, yeah, we are both back. And we are actually now joined by Mr. TNTVS CJ Jones, host of Elephant Exposed, as seen on YouTube. Check him out, like, share, and also subscribe to that channel as he gets into a lot of times some of the shortcomings in law enforcement or other things on a regular basis. So please check him out. So let's say hello to the one, the only Mr. CJ Jones. How you doing, sir?
Hey guys, what's up, man? And I really appreciate that plug, man. That was awesome. I'm gonna add that in my little description whenever people want to know who is Elephant Exposed. What does he do? What makes him so special? Well, outside of me, I've been having almost 30 years of law enforcement under my belt. With a mixture of civilian and military, because sometimes I get some one-sided law enforcement. They think expert because they got like 3 or 4 years or something, and then they go, "Oh," I said, "So before you come my way, please make sure you check out my pedigree. You ain't talking to someone that's just shooting shit out the side of his neck. Okay, you're talking about someone that has been there, done it, lived it, trained it, and the whole nine. And I call it right down the middle. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right." And even though I haven't done anything here recently, as far as the reaction goes on my page, it is still active on Facebook. Elephant Exposed, the group. I constantly try to put just like comedic stuff up there, whatever. I'm still engaging with my Facebook audience. So if you happen to miss me on YouTube, I'm still alive and well and still popping and still talking noise and stuff like that on Facebook group itself. So Facebook is always hopping. So thank you guys for that.
Oh, absolutely. This is what I mean by advertisement, y'all. We have to be able to promote each other because we have so many different audiences out there that a lot of times the things that we bring up or the things that we present to them, you would be surprised that it's the first time that they hear about it. So never mistake anything that we present. A lot of times it may be the first time you've heard it and things like that because you hit certain sites and things like that. But for a lot of people, this may be the only time that they hear about it or hear it with a little bit more context and things like that. So we definitely want to make sure that we're accurate, but we also want to make sure that we're at least putting the information in front of people that need to hear it.
Yeah.
Let's bring the fourth leg of this chain on up. We have the guy that actually we were about to do a commercial for. It is the Bick of Jermaine Parker Realty. He's the guy that helps us pay all of our bills. The reason that we've been around for the last going on 4 years, I guess. It is the one, the only, the franchise, Mr. Jermaine Parker. How you doing, sir?
After that intro, I'm doing excellent.
Right. That's what I told him, man. I was like, dang, okay.
It's like the Kings of Comedy where Steve said, "Do I bring you out or do I bring you out?"
Exactly.
See, there's some MC somewhere inside of me that I'm ready for this.
It's busting out, baby. It's busting out.
I need to call Kevin, Kevin Glover, and matter of fact, I need to get a cut for his show coming up. The was it?
Oh, the Connected
19th annual or something like that. Queen City Awards.
Yeah, he does it annually.
Yeah, he does it annually. I know it's coming up. I need to see if he has any kind of promos that he wants me to advertise with. But that's an annual award show that comes up that we definitely need to get behind and make sure that we support in any way that we can. But I need to reach out to Kev and see what he wants to do. And maybe one year he'll even let me MC the damn thing because I think I could rock it.
I think you could.
I think I can mix some comedy up in it, have them rolling and everything else. Long as he don't make me do it PG. He let me go PG-13 / NC-17. I mean rated R. Then I can do this. NC-17. I had to keep that on my OnlyFans page, which is OnlyFans/Derek. Empower After Dark is coming soon. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all what. That daggone viral video that we went over last week, boy, that had to be one of the funniest shows.
I think it was. Honestly.
There's been so many, and even after that show, it didn't stop. More and more posts about different things about acceptable places to take a date, non-acceptable places, people who care about those places, and it went into all of that. So it was different memes going around. I even saw it that original one pop up again today on Young Turks as Anna Kasparian and her guest comedian named Helen. I can't think of her last name. Talking about it too. So definitely fun to get into some little crazy conversations like that too. So had a good time with that. Before we get into our funny conversation for today, we gotta get a little serious. So this whole war going on or in Gaza or in Israel begs for me to ask the question. And before I ask the question, let me just have my Jewish fans out there pump the brakes. You can be for exterminating Hamas and not support what Israel is doing and not be anti-Semitic. Anytime you criticize Israel is not anti-Semitism.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue to call people anti-Semitic because they don't 100% agree with the things that Israel does, then you're diluting a word and you're changing the meaning to make it meaningless. It would be the same thing as me criticizing anything about America and somebody telling me that I'm unpatriotic,
anti-American,
or anti-American, or not a patriot. I'm against this country. I need to leave this country if I don't agree with it. Some dumb shit like that. So my question at this point is, because I keep hearing them use this war under the guise that Israel has a right to defend itself. Now, I don't know if people have ever been in a fight before, but the only time I know that I need to defend myself is when somebody is swinging at me. If they stop swinging and I swing back, I'm not defending myself anymore. I'm applying retribution
Right.
for said swing that already happened.
Correct.
So if we are to believe what Israel is saying, this doesn't look like defense. This looks like them going on the offense. And the problem is it looks very indiscriminate because they are bombing places, and I'll get to that in a second, where they know civilians to be, but pretty much saying, yeah, but they're embedded in the civilians. You know, I've never heard somebody say, because I got roaches in my house, I'll just burn the whole damn house down.
True.
I would think you would just fumigate, get the roaches out, keep the house standing up. But they're indiscriminately doing that. So I can't help in my own consciousness, and this is only my thought, that this isn't necessarily just eradicating Hamas. It's fucking genocide.
Correct.
What do y'all think about that?
Well, my brother, since I am no longer active, my information on warfare could be a bit outdated. So I'm glad that we have our other brother over here who can either correct something what I'm about to say or whatever. But if I make no mistake, the United States is one of those countries where we are one of the very few that actually live by, and I do mean this, live by the rules of war, so to speak, the Geneva Convention, which basically entails of you do not bomb the innocent, you do not harm women and children, you don't do any hurt or harm to anyone seeking asylum, giving up an aggressive posture. You don't blow up schools, churches, and hospitals. Did I get them all, Jermaine?
Yeah.
Okay. So other countries and other people that are that support like the Geneva Convention agreement, that's what they know. And it's set out basically, it goes back to like the old rules of war, so to speak. We're going to war with you, but we're going to do it classy, so to speak, if there's any such thing as that. So they did the same thing between Desert Fox and Desert Shield. What they would do is that, have you ever heard the term throwing rocks and hiding your hand? The reason why people like my dad was called the baby killer was because the enemies would use the innocents as shields. They would use babies and women, and so they knew that we, the United States, anytime we fought or anyone else that was living by the Geneva Convention, they knew that that was a weak spot for us. So in order for my dad to come home safe, they had to take out some, the unknown, or our people wasn't coming home. So why am I saying this? You got people that know the rules of engagement and can care less about the rules of engagement. But then when you put the camera and the microphone in front of them, then they want to claim innocent and ignorance. And that's what it seems like that they're doing. And to further speak on your point about, you don't just because someone speaks on a particular action or particular group about a larger entity doesn't mean that you're against the whole thing. I'll use voting as my example for that. I vote for someone that is more likely to have my best interest at heart, even though they may have one or two subject matters that I don't necessarily agree with. But because I know that I would rather have that person in the office versus than the person that has my interests not at all at heart, I will vote for the one. In other words, I don't have to be 100% on board with you and what you're doing, but for the most part.
Right.
So I like what you said when you spoke about Israel. You just because you're not supporting certain aspects or a certain group or whatever the radical is, doesn't mean that you're saying that I'm done with Israel and Israelites across the board. That's stupid. But you got some people that are just that close-minded to where they and just that sensitive. That's why I said we are a hypersensitive country as the United States.
And
we are hyper. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Let me parse this in here too, because this is the most important part of it.
Yes, sir.
It's not that people are against Israel. They're against the government for the decisions that they're making.
Correct.
Just the same as and people are outraged, and of course their hearts goes out to the families of those that Hamas needlessly killed in their ploy on October the 6th. But it seems as if you have the same kind of outrage to the needless amount of Palestinians that are being killed indiscriminately. That is somehow either anti-Israel or pro-Hamas. And that is a narrative more than that's a fact. People are using, especially Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, has basically come out and said that, well, if you're going to criticize what we're doing, then you must be for Hamas. Why is everything so black and white like that when almost nothing in this world is that black and white?
Nothing is black and white.
But he picks and chooses when to make it that black and white, so it fits the narrative. And I'm also going to say, I am more than perturbed. I am disgusted with the Biden administration. Joe Biden, you are getting this absolutely wrong. You are perpetuating and you are co-signing the violence by sitting there saying to Israel that we got your back 100, even though you are also trying to walk it both ways. You're trying to have it both ways, though.
Right.
Lately, I am hearing them talk about humanitarian aid to Gaza. Okay, why is Gaza needing humanitarian aid? Because of your 100% backing of Israel. So you're working on both sides. You're telling them, well, we need some humanitarian aid to Gaza, and you know that it's only trickling in because the aid has to go through Egypt. They won't let it go through Israel. It has to come through Egypt, and they just started working out agreements with Egypt to start letting stuff trickle through. Another thing, before I let Jermaine get in here, is that it's so indiscriminate because they just bombed a freaking refugee camp for the second time in 2 days because they were trying to get Hamas folks that were embedded in with the Palestinian civilians. Some they allege are in tunnels or using the Palestinians as human shields. I saw a CNN anchor interview a guy the other day and ask about that. And his response was, well, we gave him time to leave. He said they should have left when we told them to. So it's their fault for dying. Well, we gave them notice that we was going to come in there and wreck some shit up. So because they ain't leave, if they die, they die. It was, I mean, that's real. I'm paraphrasing what he was saying, but that's
that's exactly what he was really saying.
Hyperbole or exaggeration in that. His stance was, well, we gave them notice that we were going to come in there and do something. And if they didn't leave and they end up dead, then that's going to be on them. Because the question the anchor said is that there was a guy that talked about 160 of his family members are dead. What do you say to them? And he was like, well, I feel for him, but we told them to leave and they ain't leave. And then she said, well, where are they supposed to go? You won't let them in Israel. The sea is on the other side, and Egypt don't want them to come through there. Where the hell are they supposed to go to be safe? And you're not even telling them that after all of this, when will they be able to come back? But now you're just making it seem like, oh, it's their fault for dying. I'm sorry. This is driving me crazy because it's one thing to see people that are roughly kids, babies, dying. And we go around talking about pro-life this and pro-life that. I don't see no pro-life. You know, if you want pro-life to be something that you put on a bumper sticker to make you feel good, that's fine. But I'm not gonna watch what you say. I'm gonna watch what you effing do.
Exactly.
And when it's time for you to show me that you're really pro-life, I ain't seeing a damn thing. So when Tony Blinken is getting interrupted in congressional hearings because people are in the back talking about ceasefires and they have red hands to represent that we have blood on our hands, they are more than 100% right. We have so much blood on my hands. It is disgusting. Go ahead, Jermaine. I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
dude.
So this whole topic is so difficult to talk about, not just because of the horrors of what's going on currently, but there's a lot of history that goes on and why this is happening, right? And so, really, if you can't talk about Britain and the Ottoman Empire and what that has to do with why Israel looks the way it looks now, then you're probably missing out on some stuff. But just real briefly, Britain during World War One, they were losing, and they made some deals with the Turks. They actually overpromised and underdelivered about how they were going to, once they won, how they were going to split up the Ottoman Empire, which covered Turkey, that whole region really, Syria, Turkey, Ottoman Empire, went down to Israel and stuff. And there were promises made. The funny thing about Israel, let me say this: I don't like Israel. And so you go, you mean the government? No. I mean Israel. And now some people say, well, Jermaine, that sounds anti-Semitic. No, I didn't. If you look at history, I didn't like Germany either, because of the Nazi and the government, and they're responsible for that government. And I'll tell you that what the difference between Palestine and Hamas and Israel and their government is in a little bit. But so for anybody who might think that, I mean, you can call me whatever you want to call me. I mean, I don't have anything to be canceled from. So, I mean, I'm at my house chilling. So if you think you're going to take my retirement check away, you're not. So I freely speak on it in terms of they are monsters, absolute monsters. Now, there's, again, history for why they feel that way. The one thing I will point out, CJ, is that America, sure, if you're talking about in the last 40 years, sure,
Yes.
America has played by the rules that they agreed to.
That's why I quoted it.
Yeah,
I air quoted it. Yeah,
but yeah, we go all the way back to Indians and stuff, and America.
Yeah.
So that's why it's hard for me. And to my knowledge, nobody else has dropped nuke bombs on anybody either. And that was World War II. And so the whole thing about killing innocent people and stuff, America should shut up and move to the back of the line. And that's the reason why a lot of people around the world dislike America, because in the last 40 years, America's kind of like that teenager that says, oh, I would never. But, you have this history of being in the wrong, and all of a sudden, or that person that got saved last week, and all of a sudden you're a heathen. It's like, and so the double talk of America, you shouldn't do that, when we were just doing that stuff. Like, how does America look telling people in Africa about slavery or child labor or any of the atrocities that we've committed here personally,
or human rights violations,
human rights violations,
trafficking, anything?
Look at our justice system. Look at the embedded this racism. So
corruption.
We need to sit down on this.
Yeah.
I live here, but loose association. And the big deal with Israel is that, and so when we talk about them going like Geneva Conventions and stuff, that's the thing. It's like raising kids. I mean, that may be the rule at your house, but that's not the rule in Israel. And there's nobody to check them and stuff because the UN is toothless. The only way it could ever have any teeth is if America um, goes. I mean, goes in or another major power, which who would that be outside of America, goes in and says stop it. But because of our association with Israel, the money that we give every year. This whole thing about sending them extra money, uh, y'all go Google how much money we send them every year.
every year.
Mhm.
And so
On time.
this,
Yeah. We will default on our own bills and still make sure Israel get paid.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
that is a fat jack.
and so the whole thing about money to Israel, I'll support to Israel. We should be even politicians like Hillary Clinton. So it's not just Republican; it's Democrats too.
Oh,
Who
yeah.
and it was like, well, you don't understand Hamas. So here's the deal. And why do I bring up Britain and Ottoman and all stuff? Because that's what got the foot in the door for what is now modern Israel and stuff. When they started, they basically in the 1940s, which is so funny to me because a lot of the Jewish people that ended up in Israel were fleeing from persecution in Germany. They were fleeing
Mhm.
Nazis, right? And the Brits occupied occupied the territory and allowed them to uh, kind of intimate domain the place and move back in, which is why it's so crazy when people are like, "Don't they have a right to exist?" I'm like, "Okay, well, based on your logic, you should leave because Indians should have your land because it's historically theirs."
Come
Um,
on with it, baby.
and so,
Come on with it.
and that's why I say there's a lot of nuance to this
Right.
conversation and arguing about, what are we are. I guess that's the thing. Like when you talk about Israel and Palestine, and the debates there, what are you talking about? I think just to get, I try to bring up a little history for context when I answer the modern day question or what my brother's asking. What are the thoughts on the current situation? Um, so the problem with the whole Hamas is evil thing is that Hamas is down there in Gaza. They were elected early 2000s. And why
2000,
were they elected?
2006, I believe.
2006. Why were they elected? Well, because the other government, which maybe is it the Palestine Authority?
Hmm.
It was that seems wrong. I think that they're currently in charge of the West Bank, but that seems wrong. But because other forms of government in Palestine had seemed to be too moderate, especially with the fact that they've been occupied for 50 something years. And so all that, and so just imagine if somebody occupied your neighborhood for some years and wouldn't let you
Mhm.
leave, cut off your aid, trickle in your water to all. I mean, just, human rights violations type stuff. And then there's a group that says, you know what, we're going to kill all those bastards. Vote us in and we'll take care of them. There's a lot of animosity that led to that election. But here's the problem. And I think we brought this up last time is that a large portion, most of that population is under the age of 18.
Right.
So they didn't vote for Hamas.
More than half weren't even were barely alive when
Yeah.
Hamas came into power because they're 19 and under.
Yeah. And
The ones,
so
ones
they
that
didn't,
still haven't been blown to hell yet.
yeah, they didn't vote for that government. So to say that Hamas represents them and that they elected them isn't quite true. And because of the way things have been going and stuff, they hadn't had elections since. Now I know Netanyahu has been there forever, but they keep electing him, and that's why, as I stated earlier, I think they're when I say fuck Israel, is that they keep putting in that government. They had now I believe that their elections have a little bit of rig to them, but whatever. I still hold majority of them responsible. The other thing about Israel, when we talk about today's current conflict, is that the West Bank is not part of Gaza. It's on the other side, and Israel is striking the West Bank. Now Hamas isn't there. Hamas does not for the Palestinians. It is the Palestine Authority with their own president that run the West Bank, but Israel saw fit to bomb and raid the West Bank too. So you think to yourself, well, if you're just at the Hamas, even if your methods down there are good, what are you doing in the West Bank kicking ass? Now, here's the thing about Hamas. Hamas has stated that they would like to exterminate. They no qualms about it. They don't want to negotiate, and that's the reason they were elected in, because people didn't want to retire the bad faith negotiations that were happening. And so they wanted Hamas, who said, well, we'll just kill them all and we'll be done with the problem and we'll take our land back. Which, one person's. Did you know that Nelson Mandela, even after he got out of prison, was still on a watch list in the U.S.?
Mm-mm.
No.
Now he went on to be president of South Africa, and he won a Nobel Peace Prize and all this stuff. But until he died in around 2017, he was still on the watch list. I say that to say that one person is terrorist is another person's revolutionary, and there are a lot of people who want. Now, I'm not saying that Hamas does not use and terrorist attacks and stuff in politics and everything they do. They are by all definitions a terrorist group.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I support them or what they're doing. I'm not saying that, but the people that live there haven't had a chance to elect anybody else. Again, half the population is under the age of the existence of Hamas. And the thing is that could Israel use a better tactic? They could. They choose not to because they have no intention. Like my brother pointed out, when they're telling them to leave their homes and stuff, they don't care if they leave or not. This is Israel's point, is that they're going to take, and again, they'll tell you, well, they said they want to kill all of us, so we're going to kill them before they kill us. The problem with that is that Hamas doesn't have the ability to kill every Israeli. Israel, however, does have the ability, and they're currently using it to kill every Palestinian. Again,
they do, and a lot of the bombs that they're using, on the side of the bomb says "Made in the U.S. of A."
Yeah, absolutely. Because again, that's why it's hard. As I say that the U.S. for judgment purposes should sit this one out. For influence purposes, should definitely say, hey, look, and we could, because they do depend on the money that we send them. Hey, we're going to stop your foreign aid if you don't stop the killing. You can laugh at any point of this you want to, because they're not going to do that.
Right.
But it is a point that there is some influence that the U.S. could have over the situation.
Okay.
And so, like I say, this is like a series of shows. This is not like one show. This is a 20 years. This is this is a lot, because every little bit of this story is important for full context and stuff. But like I said, a little bit of context I want to give, and I don't know if I give great context, but other than the British Empire was effing stuff up all around the world for hundreds of years, this is one of their F-ups too. But it's just amazing to me how the oppressed become the oppressors.
Yes. I was comparing it to somebody that's been abused all their life turning into an abuser.
Well, and can't even see it. The sad part is that and when you talk about the government stuff, it's not just the government. It's the Israeli Defense Force. It's all of them, because they're making TikToks. They're making jokes about this, about killing innocent people and stuff. Israeli citizens are doing it. And you go to Jermaine, there was white people, and I just point out one group. White people doing that kind of crazy stuff when Trump was in office. Did y'all elect Trump? Yeah. So, but here's the thing: there was a lot of enough resistance for the U.S. to understand that that he didn't represent everybody, and there was enough resistance out there to understand what the viewpoints or the counterpoints were to what that administration was doing.
Right.
And I just don't see that in Israel.
And the Electoral College voted Trump, not the popular vote.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So let's please get that straight.
Yeah, and so when you look, so um, I draw those comparisons just for that fact that when we're discussing um,
Yes.
the country and why Jermaine says fuck Israel, I really mean that. Now, are there individual Israeli babies that Jermaine likes? Absolutely, Jermaine loves kids. Um, in
Some of them
fact,
may be his.
huh?
Some of them may be his.
Some of them. I went to Israel. One of my favorite trips. I was in Israel, um, late '90s. Um, Damn, something good. Anyway, but it was some of the most beautiful women, that tan, olive skin,
Mhm.
Oh Jesus.
eyes, light brown eyes,
So that
dark,
baby was about 27, 28 now.
yeah,
Yeah, about that.
small forward on
Yeah.
the
Daddy still loves you.
but like I say, I mean, it's a great country and they're great. I had a great time, great people and stuff. It's just that these atrocities have to be addressed, and just like when again, for the reason I bring up the whole Trump administration, just like that, when you could hear voices with the counter for what that administration was going, I just don't hear enough counter voices. And believe me,
Either.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
Yep.
no doubt, no doubt. Just wanted to say thank you,
Listening in,
Christina,
Chris.
for your comments. Seeing that you've been here. I didn't see that one. Oh boy, yeah. That's always been a question. Uh,
Study.
Jeremiah. Anyway, Rob Peter, Rob Peter to pay Paul for Israel. And then she said when we were talking about
Mhm.
the abused becomes the abuser. They have Stockholm syndrome, and then talking about baby being in the 20s now. JP, are you talking about Maya?
Look, we all know those are my children. So
Well, the jury may be still be out on that one. I'm scared.
No, I don't know. I don't know if the jury's out or not. Mm,
well,
um,
I'm not denying it. Chris has been denying it for years, but I'm not denying
oh, okay, yeah, Coach Chris. Um, yeah, it's just interesting. I look at this and I'm watching people rationalize. Yeah, but they killed 1,200 of us. Uh, Ballin is a
Balin.
Balin is a point guard on the court. Okay, very
Yeah,
nice.
got a little hops to him too. I see that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah. Got a little spring on him.
wonder where he got that from. Anyway, but yeah, it's kind of crazy because I'm watching people rationalize the reason for 1,200 people dying means that 8 times more other people have to die to
Yeah,
take Hamas.
and again, when we talk about rules of engagement stuff like that, again, the U.S. How many people died in the towers?
Right,
You're right.
3.
3,000, 4,000.
How many
3.
people died in the
It's about
Iraqi
3.
Afghani wars? And so,
Way more than that.
it
Even
was
on the American side, we lost more
more
Americans
soldiers,
over there than we did in the towers.
Yeah, and so
Right.
it's one of those kind of things where, like, when we talk about Israeli response and stuff, again, I just don't think the U.S. is in a place to talk about that. And we might even, especially morally, I'm not sure we can talk about that. And yeah, there were a lot of people who were against the war, especially when under Obama the drones really took off.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
and they were doing and they were killing a lot of people with those drones. Now, again, were there safeguards that were put? I say safeguards. Were there more rules put in place? Yeah, but you look back. So what happened was with the U.S. when you go back to Vietnam, they started embedding reporters with soldiers and stuff, and people could actually kind of get a courtside view of what was going on. That's when the real outrage. Wars are ugly.
Yeah.
And there is no pretty war. Um, and when people get a taste of that, Um, it should be as it should be. It should turn you off and it should disgust you.
And that is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. So many people talk about wars. Matter of fact, Jermaine, I know you with me on this one. We even changed the term itself, war, into conflict. Conflict, war, no matter what you call it, it's all ugly. Hell, a street fight is ugly. If you can't even stand to see two people get up each other's faces and duke it out, what do you think happens during a war?
Oh, yeah.
They ain't around throwing insults at each other or different things like that. You're gonna have people that's like they're gonna have a very they back in the day they call it guerrilla warfare. You know, face to face, mano a mano, and you know whatever happens because in a fight there are no rules. Correct. Well, war is a bigger platform for that. So I thank you for that for saying that little part there, Jay, because so many we live in a world that everything is freaking commercialized and and filtered for the sensitive viewer and things like that. And everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And honestly, it's just some things that you just need to just sit down, be quiet, and take a back seat on. And especially if you have not actually been in at least the theater of a conflict. If you have not joined one of our United States forces and put boots to ground, or at least been in the logistics plannings of it or whatever, you know, be quiet,
Well,
please, because you're talking about lives. Number one, like how Brian said before, you know, you all about pro-life and all this stuff right here. What do you think is going to happen during the war? You're going to lose lives. That's the whole big picture. Hey, you did not like this right here, so I'm gonna take your life.
Well, you know, the thing is that it's always amazing is that when we talk about individuals, we arrest people for fighting. We definitely arrest people if they decide that they want to arm themselves and they want to solve their problems that way. We say it's a society. That's not how a free society works. And then we pick up our arms and go to another country and force our opinions on them. And so, America, and that's why it's hard. Now, I will say this: America's opinion about Israel will never change. If for another reason, Israel is a strategic ally for the U.S. for a lot of different reasons, and because I don't know what's open source and what's not open source, I will just say this: if you think about the Middle East and everything that goes on over there and stuff, geographically, for staging purposes.
Yep.
We have our
They
biggest
are a
footprint over there.
foothold into the Middle East for the United States. And that's why the partnership is there. And so
There are places we cannot land, but there are places we can, and it starts with an I.
And listen, and I can tell you because I'm United States Navy, that is our second home over there. When we go overseas, the first place we go to is the Big I. That is our biggest military footprint over there. Now I'm not going to speak no more because I do know more, but so it looks bad on our president, Brian. Speaking to your point about criticizing Joe Biden, I agree with you. You are definitely correct that you can't walk. You can't have. Basically, it sounds like he's trying to get the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
but here he has to, right? And so Joe's in a difficult situation because that is our ally for a lot of strategic reasons and stuff. But they're doing effed up stuff, and so it's kind of like what do you do when you find out your best friend is cheating on his wife?
That's it. It's kind of like that feeling.
I want to denounce it, but you're my friend, so I'm supposed to be supporting you. So I don't know what to do. Should I pick you up from the hotel?
Right.
Or what should I do? How do I help you?
You come get me, him.
I will come get him. But
you're so stupid.
The problem that you have is that
splitting the baby, baby. You got to split the baby.
It's hard. It really is. It's hard. And now, it's not hard if you're principled and you're moral and stuff, but this is American politics, so there's none of those people around. So, what is old Joe to do? And again, the reason I brought up Hillary, because not a better choice, because she's all in for killing everybody. And I just don't. And that's what I think, to my brother's point, that was wild. Is that okay? Well, what if Hamas was hiding in Jerusalem? Would you blow up all the buildings there, or would you strategically go through and get them out? Well, if you would do it in Jerusalem, why can't you do it in Gaza? And it's only because, number one, you're trying to run. This is an opportunity for Jerusalem to justifiably run people out of their homes, take their land, and they're never coming back. Now, again, they're just going. And the thing is that it's not like they think that they're going to become Atlanteans and just walk into the ocean and build their own civilization. That's not the hope. They just want to kill them all. And this is their justifying blow to do that.
Because then when none of them are around anymore, they can say, well, what are we going to do with Gaza? I guess we got to start doing settlements again.
Yeah. I mean, and again,
I mean, it's so
when they turn the internet off before the ground invasion, it wasn't because they didn't want you to see how tactical they were. Is that they didn't want you to see all the effed up stuff they were doing.
Oh yeah,
and they wanted it very hard to be reported on. And I think, if anything, this kind of illustrates why. I'm sorry, I was reading. I think this kind of illustrates why Hamas has the stance that they do with Israel. Is that they understand it's kill or be killed. Now, again, I'm not siding with Hamas by no means. I wish the killing would stop on both sides. I mean, truly, I wish it would stop on both sides. But it's easy to see. And quite honestly, it's easy for me to see Israel's point and their strategy, and why they would choose that as a strategy and stuff. Because if somebody told you, I don't care what you do, I'm going to try to kill you. Okay, well, how do I negotiate with a person that says that it doesn't matter what I negotiate or what I give them, it's never going to be enough, and they just want to see me gone. And so I see the Israeli point. Hamas's point, why wouldn't I want to kill you based on these
the way that you've been treating us?
Right.
The way you've been treating us.
Why you've been treating me and stuff? Yeah. Why wouldn't I want to kill you? So it kind of reminds me of that young lady that killed. There was a guy that was raping and abusing this young lady, and she killed him to get away from him and stuff, and they sent her to jail for killing him.
Right.
It's just one of those kind of situations where it's like, damn if you do, definitely almost dead if you don't. And so when people say that they stand with Palestine and stuff, it's because in this power dynamic, and that's the other thing about the situation, there is a significant power dynamic that Israel has over Gaza. And I say Gaza because again, the West Bank is on the eastern side of the country, and it's got nothing to do with that. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let y'all have it, but it really is a lot of different points. I can see a lot of them and stuff, but the killing of women and children, it's hard to justify on any day, but especially when it seems that we've all concluded of what the real game plan here is: the complete extermination, genocide of the people that claim their land.
I'm gonna read some of these comments, but also just say too, bombing hospitals because you're saying, well, Hamas has operations set up in the hospital. Okay, well, why don't you send a Delta flight force into the hospital to take out the Hamas people without blowing up the hospital, where all these people are there thinking that surely you're not going to blow up a hospital where people are trying to get aid and things like that. Christina said, and also welcome Randall and welcome Ty Harris. We appreciate y'all for joining in. She said, America is always so tearful and heartbroken for other countries, but pull up by the bootstraps for their own country. Yeah, that's that talking out of both sides of their mouth. We talked about opinions, and she said opinions are like noses, blow or bow. And when we talked about coming to get your friend from the hotel, she started into singing "Thanks for Being a Friend." Golden Girls theme. JP, it seems like they're the ones who believe they can give a hit but don't want to take a hit. And that's what a lot of it is projection. Even Ty chipped in, you can love the people, love the country, yet loathe the behavior of their government. Applies to many countries, even ours sometimes. Ours a lot of the time.
All right, you're saying how about 100% of the time?
It's not 100% of the time because they do things like Columbus Day.
No, stop it. Shut up, Jermaine.
No, I was just trying to think some stuff. President's Day.
I'm sorry, Jermaine, you got me. I was slow on the button, but here it goes.
Damn! Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
speaking of like Columbus Day and all this day and this month and that month, I got a question for everybody on the panel. If everybody is special, who the regular people?
It's all relative.
I mean, I have relatives. They think they special. So I mean, it's like,
well, I mean, things get overused.
I mean, everybody is special. Everybody's wanting to be thought of and thought out. But did we not cover that when we said humanity? Didn't humanity make us special?
Well, but see that's why for the longest, people that look like you and me were considered 3/5 of a person. That's why when people are talking about Palestinians in a way that they strip away humanity, it makes it easier to kill them. When George Floyd was killed, Derek Chauvin didn't think he had his knee on a neck of a human. He had his knee on the neck of a damn dog. It's easier to kill somebody when you strip the humanity away from them. Christina says, have you read the articles and watched the news every day since this began, and how America has posted it, and think to yourself, this is like watching kids play a bad game of Battleship. You sunk my battlefield. Then her answer was, Mrs. Johnson, no, humanity did not make us special. Because we had to demand to be seen as humans. Humanity is something that if you listen to enough Republicans, they'll tell you that even at the point of conception, it's something that you have, as long as you are on the paler side. When you have to come out and prove yourself to have humanity if you don't come out that way, it seems to me. Let me throw this also out there to y'all, just so y'all can understand how ridiculous this aid that we're given or have given to Israel over the years is. The U.S. committed $3.3 billion with a B in foreign assistance to Israel in 2022 alone. Just alone. Now listen to this. 8.8 million went towards the country's economy, while 99.7% of the aid went to the military. Out of 3.3 billion, only 8 million went to their economy. The rest of it, which is 99.7%, went to their military. And when you look at it, since 1946, Israel has received over 317 billion,
Billion.
not from the world,
Just from us.
from the United States of America.
Yup.
But when you say, can we all get a little health care? They say, well, pull yourself
That's
up by
not
your
in our
bootstraps.
budget. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have it. We got to offset it with pay for it. Can we get some family medical leave? We ain't got it. Can we sit there and fund SNAP and after school programs so kids can at least have one freaking meal a day? Can we have family tax credits so we can get rid of childhood poverty since you're so freaking pro-life? Ain't got it. Got $318 billion for Israel. All these different things that we don't have money for in the U.S., all these dumb Trump supporters running around talking about America first. Bro, y'all, if you America first, we just dumped $318 billion over the last 50 years on over to Israel. What are we talking about? Again,
Well, so, that's just Israel. Now,
it's just Israel.
I guess, and that's just one country.
well, so
I'm looking at Vietnam, Jermaine, Egypt, Afghanistan, South Korea, UK, all these other ones we've given billions of dollars.
Well, so here's the thing too, what you got to understand about that, and the reason I even bring this up is to draw the contrast, is that why does Americans spend so much money in foreign aid? It's so that other countries will be dependent upon the American dollar, and the American dollar influences the world.
Right.
That's why. And really, and so why do I think Israel's different? Well, to my brother's point, a lot of that money doesn't even go to their economy. It goes straight to funding the military. Plus, they don't need it. And plus. And now I say all that, and maybe the reason that we're such good allies is because of that money. I believe that there's a mutual assured interest, because when you look at geographically where Israel is, it's surrounded by Muslim countries that don't like it and don't want it there. Now, here's the thing, though: Israel has proven over the decades that it can hold its own over attacks from those other countries that didn't want it there. Backed by America, of course, in terms of money and weaponry and stuff. But they fought those wars, and they kept their invaders at bay and stuff. But they're not very, very much liked where they are because they're proximity to other countries and stuff. And so I think there's a mutually assured alliance there with Israel and America that, hey, remember, because the Brits pulled out back in the 50s, and they were like, hey, well, you guys got it. We'll see you later. And so they were like, well, we got to find some more white people to come take care of us. These Americans and stuff.
Yeah.
And so foreign aid between Egypt and Israel, I think, is a little different. I don't think we're trying to influence Israel in that way, but maybe it's just that they're, that alliance and that they have, that's how that gets influenced. But yes, we spend lots and lots of money, and some of it justified, because I'll tell you, during the Trump administration, one of the things that they did with the American First thing was that they allowed China to start to influence when Trump didn't seat all those diplomats, when Trump didn't have the ambassadors and stuff. What it allowed was China and their one road, their one road policy allowed them to get some traction and start influencing the world. And America is currently mad at China for doing American things. China is currently using the American playbook, where they're like, you know what, we don't have to conquer the world by force, we can conquer it by influence. And this is another reason why I thought Trump was a spy, is because he did a lot of things that weakened our international policies and stuff, and left the door open for China to move in because America wasn't seated at the table. But again, that's a whole nother conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
Randall.
He
Oh.
wrote a comment.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. He actually said, Rand said exactly, JP, without U.S. and Palestine, without U.S. aid, Palestine would be wiped off, wipe Israel off the map. All of the history there would be burned to the ground, starting with the Temple Wall. Ty says, pay for peace. Egypt recognizes Israel and has an overtly attacked Israel since 1973, in large part because of U.S. billions. Right. So it's a pay to play. It's all about, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and that kind of thing. That's how we keep the peace. We're basically, if you look at the countries we pay money to, these do sound familiar. Egypt, 182 billion. Turkey, 98 billion. Iraq, 100 billion. India, 102 billion. What do those countries have in common? They're around Israel.
Yeah.
Not India.
The politics, the politics of that region are so complex. And again, it's not a show topic to talk about, and that's why I think that as we have this conversation, your question was probably a little bit more poignant. I did want to bring some context to it, but what do you think about today? What's going on today?
Yeah.
Forget the history. Forget why how we got here. Look at what's going on today, and how do you justify the obvious war crimes that are going on?
Absolutely. Hey, Christina, I saw all of your great comments, and I was going to go into them before we hit hard on Israel and everything. She had brought up some stuff on Facebook talking about, she said, I left and came back and somebody was spending money. Whose money? So we were, she had tagged me and Jermaine on Facebook and all these great comments about things to talk about with Trump and the Republicans, Mike Johnson, and all those things. And I'm going to have to table a lot of those things till next week because we just don't have time. I mean, we ran through the first, hour and 10 minutes of the show just like that, talking about some of these things. And trust me, guys, this ain't gonna be the last time I'm gonna talk about it because until this goes away, I'm gonna keep talking about it because it is absolutely, and I use the word disgusting, what's going on. But I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit. Last week we got into it about the Cheesecake Factory, and I was trying to think about what I could bring on this one that would have a little bit of levity because that was a very heavy topic, and it's gonna be that way. Look at you giving me some props. I'm teary. You ain't teary. But anyway, if anybody missed out, Tuesday was Halloween. I have seen over the last week memes of Mariah Carey in a block of ice.
Being thawed out. Yeah.
She was in her Christmas clothes, in her red, so she can go ahead and get ready to start singing All I Want for Christmas. Now listen.
Oh yeah.
I want to be clear. There's another damn holiday for Christmas.
Say what? What'd you say?
It's called Thanksgiving. There's another holiday coming before Christmas.
That's Christmas. Thanksgiving ain't nothing but an early Christmas.
There's two holidays.
What you got for it? Two.
Thanksgiving and
JP's
birthday.
His birthday. That is a national holiday. And it happens to also be Christina's birthday as well.
Oh, happy birthday.
So they
happy
have
birthday.
But we are all thankful of Mariah's BBL. But so I'm sitting here going, okay, Christmas keeps coming earlier and earlier every damn year. You can't go through the malls before Halloween. Look, I thought it was crazy in July. I was seeing holiday decorations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the stores had it. Everything had it. They were selling masks. They already had Halloween candy. And I'm like, who the hell buying Halloween candy in July? That's going to be some sticky, stale candy that you handing out to these damn kids. By the time who's buying Halloween candy in July? Like, that's crazy. And if you are one of those people that did it, Don't be ashamed because I just shaded you. Tell me why you buying Halloween candy in July. And then in September, the beginning of September, you've seen even more and more masks and everything else. I mean, hell, at this rate, I'm going to start seeing Russell Stover's hearts and stuff before Christmas comes for Valentine's.
Right.
Or those little stale ass Be My Valentine sweeties and all that stuff going around. So y'all just get out of here.
There you go.
So even before Halloween came and gone, I'm seeing people talk about, yeah, we up here in New York and the malls already got Christmas trees up and Christmas lights. And I'm like, why? And to put a finer point on that, I come home the other day. My lovely wife is just sitting in the room watching TV, watching the damn Hallmark channel and watching old Winnie from the Wonder Years, Danica McKellar, in one of them Hallmark Christmas movies. And it wasn't even Halloween yet. And I'm like, I know Hallmark ain't started this already. Oh, yeah, they good to go. They already revved up. Y'all, is it too early for Christmas? I'm just saying. What are y'all
No,
thinking?
it's not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
There's some
No,
people getting
no,
ready.
it's
There's
not.
candy corn
Not at all.
at the end of the holidays. This is money. I think that's what it is too.
Okay.
Is it just a money grab by the industry to keep trying to expand Christmas to the point where it becomes 3 months out of the year instead of just the 1 month of December?
Yeah, because there's more money.
Okay,
Everything's
well,
money.
I mean, yeah. Like when
Nice, Anthony.
when you add the marketing, when you add the marketing to it, but I'm really old school, and Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. It's supposed to be about the mentality, goodwill, peace on earth towards me. So, it's supposed to be. I said supposed to be. Okay, yeah, we can laugh at it because it is a joke nowadays. But I mean, but that's where Christmas, like the mentality of Christmas, comes in with me. So
Yeah.
I mean, and technically, you're supposed to have Christmas in your heart, like all year round or whatnot. Hell, there's even a store on at the beach in North Carolina Beach. It's Christmas 24 hours a day. I forget what it's called, but
Christmas mouse.
Is it
Yeah.
called that?
Yes,
Yeah.
your wife loved coming to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, trust me, because we went to the beach, I had to take her there, of course.
Yeah, well, I know. I know.
So yeah, I mean, Christmas is so you got so it's two different kinds of Christmases, basically what I'm saying. You got the one for the market, of course, for the greedy, and then you have the one that's just want to feel Christmas in your heart all year long. So it is relative.
I have a friend. I have a friend in Virginia, and then I'm gonna read these comments. I have a friend in Virginia. Her biggest thing about Christmas is she's in love with nutcrackers. So when we go to her house during the Christmas season, all around the house, all up the stairs and banister and everything, she has nutcrackers. Although probably has over 60 of them. Lori, Christina wanted you to understand that November the 25th is her birthday, and then his.
Yes, because she's older than I am. I'm glad she finally admitted it.
I'm still slow to it, Jermaine. You got to warn me with that. That was a damn. Anthony said Thanksgiving is a cookout to Black people.
Yep, that's what it is. Thank you.
Pretty much.
Like I said, it's just an early
Christmas.
Christmas
Cookout. It is not a cookout. You're supposed
Yes,
to be
it is.
thankful with goodwill. And
I'm thankful all year long.
Lori, it's a cookout, and it has 3 football games.
Yes, sir. And I'm thankful for my 3 football games.
It's you eat early, you fall asleep, you wake up, and there's still another football game on.
There it is.
Well, I can get with the eating early. That's fine.
And fall asleep and wake up.
And you still got football.
You wake up with a little bit of cornbread on your chin, and you go, "Who won the game?" Fix me another plate.
I know.
That's what you do. And then Christine also says Hallmark does Christmas in July. Anthony says, I've been watching HSN looking for a great gift. You will find it. And the good thing about HSN, Anthony, I used to buy a lot of presents on HSN because I could give them $20 today, get my gift tomorrow, and I still got 3 months to keep paying it down.
Dang.
Yeah. So when I had kids that were old enough for electronics, me and HSN, we were like Bonnie and Clyde on that joint. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Gotta go, y'all. Steelers kicking off. Good chat. Thanks, Rand. Good luck to your Steelers. They're playing the Titans tonight, and yeah, I got the Titans. You know, I love you, bro. Anthony also says Halloween makes billions over 1 week every year. That's crazy. It is crazy, and it's crazy because so many people get into it. Even my job has Halloween contests. They just had one where we got to judge the best costumes, whether it was kids, the pets dressing up, the team members dressing up. They just had all different kind of categories, so that was pretty interesting.
I think to your point, it's not just 1 week though, because like there's a farm off Rocky Road that does pumpkin patches.
I saw that. I've seen it. I mean, when you come to your house, it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah. And so they do that every year, and they do that for weeks prior and stuff. And so I think to the point about most of the holidays, except whoever does PR for Thanksgiving should be fired. Everybody else has their stuff together. Thanksgiving doesn't even have a jingle.
Right.
But
dang,
so,
you stupid.
No, it's not a jingle, but you have the movie with Charlie Brown, Thanksgiving, the Charlie Brown movie.
I don't even know
what you mean, the Christmas movie. Oh, you mean the Christmas movie?
The only thing Thanksgiving is known for is it's the day before Black Friday.
Yeah, and so
that's the only reason.
Talking about is the Great Pumpkin movie.
Yeah, the Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin movie.
Yeah, but it kind of it's a smash up of holidays, right?
It is.
But yeah, everybody it's getting more and more involved, and it is for money reasons and stuff like that. So it's just not that 1 week; it's a lot of weeks out there. And I got.
I don't understand Anthony. I mean,
I see. Hey, look, Anthony, I'm with you, man.
I don't trust people that go out. What the hell is that? Christina said,
"There's some people who bury skeletons in the yard, and they got
I know what he's talking about. Now, I've seen some yards here in Concord where they go all out. I mean, blow ups like 50 damn feet of a skeleton. One neighbor down the road has a damn spider that's got to be at least 30 feet wide from one tree to another, and it's just a big ass black spider. You go through other people's yards, and it looks like they want to have a de facto haunted house. I know what you mean by some people going crazy. Christina did mention, Jermaine, that beauty before age always. JP, you wish I'm your best friend. Steelers over the night.
I am older than her. Okay.
Is what she's saying. Yeah, she's just saying beauty goes first.
Yeah. So I'm older.
I got it.
You should have said "damn" to that one.
Anthony said, "Oh yeah, I wasn't ready. I don't know no Thanksgiving movies." And then Christine says they talk about Thanksgiving at the end of that movie.
Yeah, it's a very
Great Pumpkin.
And so just like regular Thanksgiving, it's almost an afterthought.
Right.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm just saying, y'all, let's bring it back a little bit. Let's start Christmas at least the week of.
You know what? I would say this, and this is my take of about 5 seconds ago. If it will keep people happy and sedated and in a good mood and stuff, to go ahead, because at the end of the day, is it hurting anybody?
It's hurting Brian because if I have on, because he knows what I'm watching.
You can't apologize now. Christina sent him a script message talking about that late text you about to get. Don't worry. Listen,
you know I love it. This is all for entertainment. I'm not even this person.
Now, see if y'all co-sign on this. I knew it was Christmas time when I turned on the radio and heard Silent Night.
So
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yes,
From
sir. Listen,
Stations.
you know that always got to be in the mix.
When you heard
It is not-
Silent Night from the Temptations, then you knew it was Christmas
It is
time. It wasn't
officially
Mariah
Christmas.
Carey singing All I Want for Christmas. It was them damn Temptations busting out that deep version of Silent Night and the high version of it as well. And you knew
Oh yeah.
then that it was Christmas time. Anthony says the PR knows what they're doing for Christmas. You know how much gifts are for the family and pay bills. Absolutely.
Black Friday starts on the 8th for Walmart. You get Black Friday deals in a couple days.
November.
The second in 6 days.
Yeah.
If you're a Walmart Plus member.
Yep.
And you should be. You should be a
Yes.
Walmart Plus member.
Oh, she is.
Yeah. But
I get
anyways, on the 8th of November, you can start getting your Black Friday deals online.
The Motown Christmas album is the best thing ever.
Ever, Anthony.
Ever.
Co-signed.
Yes, sir.
Co-signed.
Listen,
Co-signed. I had to sit up
saying
co-signed.
And if you don't believe it, don't come to my house because that's all I'm gonna be playing.
Santa Claus is you gonna hear Santa Claus is coming to town. You gonna
sir.
hear all of them Motown jams.
All of them.
You're gonna hear
all of
Donny Hathaway with This Christmas. It ain't gonna be the Chris Brown version. It's gonna be Donny Hathaway.
No.
Christine says co-sign that. Motown Christmas. If you have Sirius XM, check it out. It will be back again this year. That I hear Sirius app is going to have over 200 Christmas channels for you to choose from. So whether you want country Christmas, rock Christmas, soulful Christmas, angels we have heard on high Christmas, and Ave Maria and all that, you're gonna get that too. So and maybe Bad Boy Christmas. I'm working on my own on OnlyFans. It's going to be called Derek Long's Christmas, and it's going to be called A Long Christmas.
A long night.
Oh yeah.
You would think that Derek Long would actually be into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, well, right. But Derek,
with all the stuffing.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Definitely. But when you hear Derek Long's version of Jingle Bells, and Derek
Thank you, Christina. I would yuck to that too.
Derek Long's version of the 12 Days of Christmas.
The 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Days.
Stop it.
A little 12 days.
I got the lyrics.
A little 12 days.
He talking about 12 play.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm dead. My producer's telling me to wrap it up. Oh, she changed her name back. I had a cool name on here earlier for her. She changed it on me. It said Doodoo Brown, the booty hole. Okay. You changed it. Oh, I didn't notice that. Anyway. Well, before we head out, as I mentioned before, we do commercials and everything else. And I'd be remiss if I didn't throw this one in from Jermaine Parker Realty. We will be updating this soon. Still haven't updated it quite yet. It does say he's licensed in South Carolina. That is not true, but everything else is definitely true. Here we go. Is it a good time to buy or sell a house? No. It is a great time to buy or sell a house. And at a time like this, having a realtor who has your back is key. Introducing Jermaine Parker Realty. Here for all of your needs. Licensed in both North Carolina and South Carolina. Let Jermaine Parker Realty help you with your next big investment. Oh, we have to pay the bills. You know how that goes.
All right. I like that.
But we have to do that now because Jermaine Parker Realty now has 2 full brokers in the office, and that would be Jermaine Parker as well as myself. So, yeah. 4 brokers, baby.
Yes,
How about that?
sir.
Well, I'm a broker in charge, but yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's a big. I'm not. So that's what he's trying to remind me of. And let's see. Read these last comments before I get up out of here. I did see the one that said, "Yuck, ain't paying no attention to that." For every like he gets, he's throwing candy canes at the screen. And Christina says, "No, seriously, wrap it up." And not the Old Spice of realtors commercial.
Stop it.
Look, if you want to sit there and go shirtless and be on a horse talking about realty,
I'll do it. I'll do it. Threaten me with a good time. I'll do it.
We'll have Derek Long sponsor it, but we will do it. Absolutely. Well, y'all, I know you can't. We're going to end on time. We don't have time for what I don't like this week because we had too much fun again. But we will bring what I don't like back next week, maybe. But until then, thank y'all for tuning in. Always appreciate y'all watching us. Make sure, again, that you check us out on all of our streaming platforms, whether it's Facebook Live, LinkedIn, YouTube, Amazon Fire TV, as well as Roku TV. Y'all have a great week, and we will see y'all again next week. Thank you, panel, for joining. See y'all again next week. Peace.
All right.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I'm a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta